So, hey, accident investigation is something else that Greg is really good at. If somebody has a claim at your company, and how do you get started in that? What's the first step?
So we run our program, the S, the A, the F, the T, also the name of the company. Right.
Okay.
So we start with the supervisors. We want them to be part of it. So we teach supervisors how to investigate incidents. It doesn't matter what kind. It could be a near miss where somebody says, oh shit, that could have hurt me.
Okay.
And nobody gets hurt. And those are my favorite, because if I can then take a look at what really did happen there, probably stop 10 to 20 other minor incidents leading to one that gives you some hospital time, which costs a ton of money. And nobody wants to get hurt. So I love near misses. And then my favorite, I'll show up and I'll ask the injured employee, let's go take a look and you can show me what happened. So if you get hurt lifting something, I'm obviously not going to say, hey, lift that 100-pound thing. We'll just go through the motions. I might have them lift an empty box so they don't get re-injured when I'm doing the
So you're actually recreating the scene then?
Doing a full-blown reenactment instead of just having somebody explain or tell their version of it, because, it's easy to lie.
Sure.
But when you're showing somebody what happened and you realize, I didn't think this through, which happens in the story I like to share with you. So we had one of our clients had an employee get a hernia. They just hired us, so it was already an open claim, and it wasn't investigated real good. So they asked me if they thought I could do anything. I said, well, I can go talk to the guy and take a look and see what he did. So I went and met with this young guy, and when I come around the corner and I realized it was the guy I was going to talk to, the first thought in my head is, man, this kid must have played football in school because he's built like a tank.
Yeah.
And he had a hernia, was his diagnosed injury, and that's no fun. Nobody wants to have a hernia. So I went, hey man, show me what happened. So he's like, well, it's real easy. I was taking my toolbox out of the back of my truck. I did some jobs and I lifted it back up to put it in my truck. And it was one of those two things where my side started hurting. I went, okay. And again, I'm thinking athlete, this kid, there's no way he got hurt lifting this toolkit that he's pointing to.
He's lifted stuff before.
So I said, how much do you think that weighs? He's like, I'm not sure. I said, well, there's a scale inside, so we'll weigh it when I'm done just to know. It ended up weighing just a hair under 35 pounds.
Okay.
But the problem was when I asked him to show me how he lifted it, I dumped all the tools out of it, so it was empty. So it weighed like 4 pounds.
Okay.
He used textbook, gorgeous lift technique. Like he was trained to lift. And I went, uh-oh, we got a problem. In my head, I didn't say it out loud. And that's the nice thing about being a consultant coming in. I can sometimes say things to an employee or ask questions that somebody that works with them might be nervous about asking.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm like, hey, but I just want to help you. Your techniques, somebody taught you how to lift. He's like, I played football and I lift a lot. Oh, I can see that. All right. So I'm not letting him tell me how he got hurt. I'm making him show me.
Okay.
And then he couldn't have any specifics exactly where he got hurt. Like when it happened, he's like, it hurts right here. When he pointed to his side, I went, that doesn't even that's the wrong kind of hernia. So more questions. I'm like, do you do anything else? He's like, and he kind of got a little nervous. He's like, well, I work at a bar on the weekends. I carry kegs and bar back. Dude, you know how much a keg weighs? It's just empty alone. They're heavy, but put 15 gallons of beer in there.
So now the full story's coming out.
Yeah, no, and he felt comfortable because I was asking questions.
Yeah,
and I was trying to work through it and try to understand it. I kept telling him, I said, I don't see how you got hurt here at work lifting that. He's like, well, I probably, we were busy over the weekend and I worked a lot. Maybe I heard it there and maybe I didn't feel it until I got here. So now he realized I saw something that wasn't right. So I went, honestly, did you go get looked at? Because here's what the insurance company is going to do. They're going to check your records.
Uh-huh.
And if he went, I'm in trouble then.
Oh boy.
And he did my uncle told me.
Oh, so he was
trying
to rat out the uncle now.
So, and I laugh, people laugh because sometimes I make fun of it. I'm like, oh yeah, work comp claims, they're hereditary. Because uncle was probably still on a work comp claim getting some money. And now this kid's like listening to his uncle and I'm like, no man, they like you here. You're a good employee. Yeah. Let's put this in the right place where you can get your injury fixed and taken care of. Because, well, the place I work at the bar, they don't have insurance.
So that's what it all came down to.
And it all came down to that. And he came clean. They ended up having a meeting with him and explaining he shouldn't have falsified company records. He's still a very good employee there, but it didn't hit their workers' comp claim. And it was, at the time, I think it was flagged at like 85.
But great point that you made that, you're not an employee of that company, so he can kind of share some things with you, and you were sort of empathetic to his
his issue and an incident.
Having the
Kinda guided
conversation.
him.
You know, here's what I think. If you've got a murder you got to solve, you want to call Columbo, okay? But if you've got something that sounds kind of fishy at work, I think you want to talk to Greg because, you know, he knows what to say. You know how the right questions to ask, get the right answers and learn more. So, once again, this has been a really great informative video. This is a fun one. This is a really fun story, man.
Just like Columbo. Just have one more question.
You carry you got the cigar too and just one more thing there like that.
No, I'm not allowed to smoke at work. So
Okay.
never
Well, you can wear an overcoat anyway. That'll go. Hey, you can find more great information about things like this at SafTintegration.com, and that's SafTintegration.com. Greg, thanks a whole lot, and thank you for watching.
Fun as always. Thanks, Randy.